everyone. Welcome back. It's me, your friend, over here on the internet. I've tried to film a video so many times now, and it's just not working out for me. First time I tried, the angle was not good. Second time I tried, my microphone died halfway through. And third time is the charm. So hopefully this time works out a bit better for me. I really just wanted to come on here and share a few things that have changed about me recently, and kind of in hopes that it will inspire other people and partially just to share my experience. As you might have noticed from another video of mine, I am currently unemployed. I have been unemployed for about almost 2 months now. 2 months in a few days. And I am by far the happiest and most creative, beautiful version of myself than I have been in a very long time. Uh, I went through a bit of a rough patch uh, recently, especially when I was still at my old job. I had a really hard couple of years. I was at my previous job for 3 years, and I want to say for over half of that, I was unhappy and struggling. So it's a very nice change of scenery to be just carefree and really finding myself again. I think I lost myself for a little bit, as one does in a fast paced retail environment that is just not fit for you. Girl. But really, I needed to leave my job because it was not a good fit for me anymore. And that is really all I have to say on the matter. I knew it for a long time. I was pretending not to know it for a long time. And then I finally bit the bullet and leapt into the unknown, which is horrifying, terrifying to do. And it took a lot of courage and a lot of hope and trust in the universe. But here I am sitting with you to let you know that things get better. They really do. The first month was rough. Your routine is gone. You don't really know what's going on. You don't know how to feel. You feel like you should be more productive than you are. Everyone is working and you're just kind of hanging out. It's a very weird experience. But once you get over that, the magic starts to happen. So essentially, this is just going to be a little video of me sharing some of the things that have changed about me since leaving my job. The first thing, which is actually the most interesting, is my hair. My hair, when I was working a job that I hated and was making me very unhappy, was a frizzy mess. It did not know what it wanted to do most of the time. It never really looked that good. It was just always out of sorts. It was not good. But my hair right now is literally the healthiest that my hair has ever felt. It's so soft. It's always nice to me. It's always looking good. I never have to worry about it being frizzy or weird. Like, I don't know. It's so interesting how stress and your mental health can have such a good or such a big impact on the way that you look. It's actually crazy. So many things about me have changed, like in my appearance. I am glowing. I have no makeup on right now, and I'm glowing from the inside out. I literally feel alive. The bags under my eyes are basically gone. My hair is soft and shiny, and my nails are really long. Also, that was going to be a separate point, but I guess I'm just putting all the like beauty things in one category. My nails are the longest and healthiest they've been in like 5 years. And I used to get my nails done so much, like so much. And obviously, part of my nails being healthy right now is due to the fact that I took a break from all of that for a little bit. But even during my break, they were not looking good or healthy. And right now, even without nail polish, they are long and healthy and thriving. So that is crazy as well. Also, my eyelashes are really long. I don't know. Everything is just growing, which to me, as a very spiritual person, growing healthy skin, hair, nails, etc., is just a sign of good health and taking care of yourself mentally. And that makes me really happy. It makes me really happy to see that mentally I'm feeling a lot better, and clearly my hair and everything else is feeling a lot better too. The second major change, which I've noticed, is the amount of space my mind has. And I don't really know how else to describe it other than that. It's almost like my mind has opened. I did take philosophy in school, so I already have a very open mind. My mind is probably the most open it could ever be. And I've always been a big thinker, very creative and driven in that way. But the way that ideas come to me now without me even trying, I feel like before, when I wanted to create something, while I was working at that job, let's say it's my day off and I want to paint something, or I decided that I want to make something, it would take me so long to find inspiration. I would have to search for inspiration. I would have to seek it out. And even then, sometimes I wouldn't feel inspired. I wouldn't know what to make. I wouldn't know what to create or where to start. But lately, the ideas have been coming to me at the most insanely random times. Like, I'll be out just living my life, and it's almost like I get an intuitive kick. I get like an intuitive drop of inspiration from nowhere. And I'm like, oh, that's a wonderful idea. Or I'm like, oh, I should make that. Or it's just crazy. I have like a whole list now. Previous me, working at that job that I hated, could never have imagined something like that happening. Because if you asked her to come up with all these ideas or like what she thought of this idea, she wouldn't have even thought to go there. Her mind wasn't open enough for that. And so the second biggest thing that has changed is how open my mind is to receiving ideas and dreaming them. That leads me to the third thing that has changed about me, which is my extent to dream. I don't mean during sleep. I don't mean when we go to bed and we put our heads on our pillows and we fall asleep and we dream. No, I'm talking like having dreams. The extent of which you have a dream and you fulfill that dream. I'm wondering now if during that time when I was at that job, if I had dreams at all, or if I just didn't care about them. I don't know which one, but I do know that right now I have so many dreams and so many goals. And not only that, not only do I have dreams, but no matter how far fetched my dreams are, which they usually are, they all feel achievable to me. Every single one. I genuinely feel like I could accomplish all of my dreams. And I think that all of my dreams are coming to me. And that's really beautiful. I've never felt this way. Genuinely, I've never felt this way. I think for a long time, I had lost hope that things could get better and that things do get better and that I am deserving of all of the things in life that I want. I had kind of just settled for a life that didn't feel like my own. But now that I am actively living a life that I am creating, I am deciding to make, everything has changed. But it's all for the better. And it's in ways that I could never have anticipated. The last thing that has changed, which is arguably one of the biggest, is my connection to the world. And if you're a spiritual person like me, you will understand what I'm talking about. I've always been a spiritual person. I've always believed in the divine and the universe being my mother, essentially. I've always believed that. I've always believed that I'm one with the trees and with nature, and I've always had a deep connection and a deep bond. And there have been periods of my life where I've been extra connected, it feels, and extra aligned, and periods where I haven't. But the last time I felt this connected and aligned to spirit was probably when I was like 19 or 20, and I'm currently 26. So there's a big gap in the middle when I kind of lost myself a little bit. But ever since I made a decision, because that's when signs come, right? I read a quote when I was in my turmoil of figuring out whether I should leave my job or not. I read a quote and it said, signs don't come from inaction, they come from movement. They come from you making decisions and doing things. And you can't possibly expect a different outcome from performing the same things and doing the exact same things over and over again. How could it have a different outcome? It can't. And so I chose, took a leap, and I received signs from everything. And I want to make a whole separate video on my spirituality and where I'm at right now with it. But it's genuinely unreal, the things that have happened to me this summer. I can't even describe as anything other than just luck, but they feel so intentional and so purposeful. I feel so purposeful right now. Every spontaneous coincidence that seems like a coincidence, it never is. Essentially, every single lucky or notoriously lucky natural phenomenon has happened to me this summer after I left my job. I've seen rainbows. I found not one, but two four-leaf clovers in the same setting. I didn't even really look for them. They were just there. Seen so many butterflies, so many dragonflies on my door, right where I need them. Every animal that I see, every sunset that I see feels like it was meant for me. And I don't know if I would have had that same connection and that same dedication to myself and to my spiritual practice if it wasn't for me leaving my job. So I am also grateful for that because I am completely accepting of whatever is meant for me and not. It's truly unreal. I could go on forever. I feel like my mindset has changed so much from fight or flight, anxious all the time, to one of just acceptance and freedom and allowing things to come to me when they're meant to. The final thing that I wanted to touch on that I forgot to touch on is my anxiety. Obviously, I briefly said that my mental health has been significantly better since leaving that job that was not meant for me, was not a good fit for me. I am an anxious person. I do suffer with a little bit of anxiety here and there, but the extent to which my anxiety has completely changed is genuinely insane. And to the point where I'm even questioning whether I actually do have anxiety or if I am just sometimes anxious. I was genuinely the most anxious I've ever been working at that job. I was anxious almost every day, overthinking almost every day, crying all the time at work, overwhelmed. It was so bad. And I had really thought that it was just my anxiety and that I was just an anxious person and that was a part of who I am. But leaving, I don't think I've had a panic attack once. I have, of course, cried because I am naturally a crier. I genuinely think I've felt anxious maybe twice since leaving my job. Like, properly anxious, where it's like debilitating and I'm unable to regroup and I'm having a really hard time, I think that's only happened to me like twice. Other than that, I have just been able to really ground down and root myself in here and now. And if I have gotten anxious, it's only been for a passing moment. It's just, it's really beautiful how much you can change and how much you can grow. And if you had asked me a month ago how I was doing mentally and how things were going since I left my job and what things have changed, I don't know if I would have had the exact same list. I'm sure some of the things would have been similar, but with time, I have just grown and blossomed and really come into myself. It's been really, really special, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So, yeah, I wanted to add that in because that was another component that I wanted to share with you all. I am so much more open to receiving. And that's another big change that I've experienced is my openness to opportunities and experiences is so much greater. My mind is so much clearer. I have so much more patience, understanding, empathy for others and also myself. I know what I deserve and I know what I don't deserve. And I stand my ground on that, no matter what it is. Good things are always on their way to me. And I'm absolutely certain of that right now in this current phase of life that I'm in. And I can't say that I would have said the same working where I was, in the place that I was, with the mental state that I had at the time. I can't even begin to describe how grateful I am for this life and for myself for taking the leap and jumping into unknown territories because it has brought me here. It's brought me to this exact moment, sitting here talking to you, expressing all the things that have changed about me in the most positive and incredible ways. I, in a lot of ways, am a completely different person to who I was when I worked at that job only a few months ago. And I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful for the time that I've had to myself. And this isn't in any way me pushing anyone to leave their job. Of course, everyone's circumstance is different. Please be mindful and take care of yourself and do what's best for you. But this is just me telling you my experience. I just hope that if you're having a hard time where you are in your current career or your current job or your current life circumstances, that you remember that you can always make a choice. We don't always feel like we have the power to choose. We don't always feel like we are in charge of our lives and we can make decisions for ourselves. Sometimes we allow ourselves to settle and we allow ourselves to believe that this is what we deserve and that we can't get any better. But I am here to remind you and tell you that things can get better and they do get better. And that you have the power to choose. You have the power to change your life if you desire to. You have the power to do anything you want to. And once you do, everything else will mold and fit your new choices and your new decisions. So, yeah, I really hope you guys are doing well. And I hope that this inspired some of you. I really hope you enjoyed watching. And never be afraid to follow your dreams and follow your heart. And yeah, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.